Helldivers, we finally have some good news to aid your liberation efforts. After a recent patch completely nerfed the railgun and breaker shotgun, which at the time were the only real options for taking out the Terminids at the higher difficulties, the community was outraged at these changes, claiming it was making it next to impossible to play at the max difficulty. But we've just been blessed with a brand new patch that significantly nerfs some of those pesky bugs. Arrowhead Game Studios just dropped a patch finally addressing numerous issues, but most importantly, they have decreased enemy spawn rates and finally nerfed the Chargers. The Chargers' health is being reduced, but don't get too excited, there is a catch. The Chargers' health has only been reduced on their heads, meaning you will have to focus your efforts on headshots to actually see any change at all. The announcement was made on the official Helldivers Twitter page, but kind of flew under the radar initially, as there was no mention of the Chargers being nerfed in the original post. And while this might not sound like a drastic change, trust us, it truly is. Now, one well-placed shot from either the recoilless rifle or EAT-17 can instantly take down a Charger. Yes, you heard that right, you can now one-shot Chargers. The patch notes went on to say, together with the unfortunately undocumented change of last patch, that increased the armor penetration ability of less well-placed shots for EAT-17s and recoilless rifle shots, Chargers should now be easier to handle by well-equipped groups. Considering the Chargers were by far one of the most annoying enemy types in the game, this is hugely going to impact how Helldivers play and will now likely lead to a completely new Terminid meta build. It's not just the Chargers' health that's been altered too, as the spawn rates of pretty much all enemies, but mainly the Terminids, have been significantly reduced. The patch notes go on to say that players should now encounter fewer Charger and Bile Titans on difficulty 7 and up, while also reducing spawn spikes where you would end up with a large group of the same annoying enemy types all at once now being a thing of the past. It's great to see the devs take such quick action with these issues, especially considering some of the downright awful hate they received online, with some fans even calling for the devs to lose their jobs. But as is the case with any live service game, the demands constantly change, and now they fixed this issue, it seems a new one is already on the horizon, as fans are raging at just how bad this stratagem is in Helldivers 2. As if fighting against hordes of Terminids and automatons isn't already hard enough, fans are complaining that the 380mm cannon gunner is actually working against the democracy and is instead choosing to target players with its friendly fire. Multiple fans took to Reddit to vent their frustrations, with one user simply responding, "The 380mm cannon gunner is in fact an automaton. Another reason that I genuinely attribute like a quarter of my deaths to my pal's mortar sentries. They're an absolute nightmare when we play together." It's clear fans are furious with just how bad the friendly fire elements of the 380mm truly are, and it probably doesn't help that when you load into a game, the devs tease you with a manual tip saying friendly fire isn't, and this was reflected in the Reddit post. So much so, in fact, that Reddit themselves actually decided to delete the entire thread due to the level of hate thrown around in the comments, with the post being removed from the official Reddit completely by Reddit's own mods. Listen, I'm all for community feedback being implemented to make changes, but we really do need to set the expectations. The game has only been out for a few weeks, and has had an absolutely massive rise that I think even the dev team would likely admit wasn't expected. They are currently scrambling to bring on new staff to match the demand, but all things considered, they're doing a bloody good job bringing in the updates they have so far at the current speed. Much more established live service games take months to roll out new patches, and it seems like every week we're receiving some form of improvement to the game, so we really do need to give credit where credit is due in this instance. And just remember too, with a game like this, any small change can make a massive difference to how the game plays. I mean, personally, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers end up getting buffed in the near future once again, so it's important to remain patient if we want to see this game last a long time. But while we've got your attention, there's plenty more things to look forward to with Helldivers 2, including some brand new weapons, armor, and stratagems coming to the game very soon, so why not go check out this video?